Hey Stash, what's up? I just figured out your name, Brian Hetke. Hinduism loves you right back. I'm just trying to check if I can find a better picture. I think I have used this for long enough now. Hey TK, what's up? Ram Ram. Is it too early your side for me to go live and stuff on a Saturday? I think like if we had like heavy Fridays, I can imagine that waking up would be hard right now. Om Namah Shivaya, SP. Om Namah Shivaya. So before people start coming in, let me remind you that quite early for West USA. Okay. So let me remind you that the West Bengal thing is still going on. Ground control has begun. People have tried to talk about putting political pressure to kind of elevate the system. But still, we keep getting so many reports of Hindus being attacked. On top of that, now one of the biggest things that is bothering us are the floating bodies of women that are showing up now in the rivers. So when at the height of this violence, whatever women were raped and thrown into the river, they're all popping out right now. Yeah.
What's up?
Hey Logan, what's up?
I need to know where the Earth's breasts are, because I don't remember where it says it, but I know it says it.
I did not even hear you, bro.
So, you know, all of your scholars agree that the Earth has breasts. You know that, right?
Am I supposed to laugh at this? Am I supposed to take it seriously?
I need to know where to find it, dude. You said it's true, so
Is this like is this the level of humor that is going around in the US right now?
No, no, this is just humor to me. You said it's the truth, so I should know where to find the breasts of Earth.
Logan, you know how it looks like when you're the only one cracking the jokes and laughing at your own joke. You know what it looks like?
Yeah, well, there's only
Have you
two
ever been in a
people
situation like where you're the only one cracking a joke and you're the only one laughing? You know how it looks like?
Okay, there's only two people in here, my friend. You're not gonna laugh. I know
Look
that.
at this. Nobody in the comment section is laughing. It's just you, bro.
Okay,
You're the one
cool.
cracking the joke and you're the one laughing yourself.
Yeah,
I'm low-key second-hand
jokes.
embarrassed for you right now.
Dude, it's serious. Your book.
I'm
actually
seriously
says-
embarrassed for you right now, bro. Like I am, I feel like I'm melting on your behalf.
What? Dude,
Yeah, I'm embarrassed for you, bro.
I'm
No man who has like testosterone up and running should be in this situation.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the fucking script.
I'm laughing too. See, the only person laughing with you is a Muslim. And I know this Hassan guy. He is a known troll. Anyways, I'll kick him out. No, not the other time. So yeah, the Bangladeshi Hindus. Let me go back to that situation. Can you guys hear the wind in my background? It's crazy. Let me close the window. So yeah, a lot of bodies have been showing up in the rivers. So basically, at the height of the violence, all the women who were raped and like thrown into the river, their bodies have now finally started showing up. So the good news is that the parents can finally understand what happened to their children, and the sad news is that do I have to say it out? The sad news. But it is what it is, and we as Hindus across the world, we have to put up political pressure to kind of make a loud noise. Just crying about Palestine all the time is not enough. Hindus have to speak up for their own fellow Hindus too. And the rest of the world have like pretty much forsaken the Hindus. Whenever something happens to the Hindus, you can never expect like the liberals of the world, the Palestine chest thumpers and the Muslims. Muslims obviously will not talk about it because it's their fellow human beings doing it, fellow brothers doing it. Christians, for them we are just the pagan, so they will not talk about it much either. The only people who can actually value a fellow Hindu would be a Hindu. So as Hindus, it becomes your moral responsibility to speak up. Speak up, create a loud noise, make sure that if you don't take yourself seriously, why would you think the rest of them will take you seriously? It won't happen. Look at this Booga idiot going for racism when I'm talking about persecution of a population. So
Hello.
Muslims who are watching, this is how they what they think of you. Hey Mia, what's up?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So I have questions. So I'm studying to be a yoga teacher in
Okay.
America. So, Western civilization, I feel like the philosophy and culture of yoga has kind of been taken, colonized in a way, to be, if I'm being honest. But they are teaching us about like the origin of yoga, and I've heard that Hinduism has some part in it. Is that true? Is it true or is it ignorant?
It's like saying like somebody in the past discovered gravity and Newton had some part in it.
Okay. So what's the truth? Like, do you got what's the overarching like foundation or philosophy behind Hinduism or belief?
So yoga is literally Hinduism in practice. The word yoga, like, do you know what the word yoga means to begin with?
The yoking of the mind, body, and spirit.
That's a nice way to put it. Absolutely. The word yoga actually means union. So the union of the body with everything that you cannot perceive with the five senses, which is basically pretty much everything. That union, that point of union is called yoga. And through different processes, you can actually achieve that yoga. One of them is taught in the West, which is Kriya Yoga, the yoga of rituals, and action. So you ritualistically do different poses to hope to achieve this union. That is what you practice in the West. But there are like four more facets to yoga.
Which is the
What is practiced in
breath,
the
right? And meditation. What else is there?
No, see, the what is practiced in the West is called Kriya Yoga, which is the yoga of ritual. Ritualistically doing different poses, meditation, whatever. That is called Kriya Yoga. But there is more to yoga. There is something called Jnana Yoga, which is the yoga of knowledge. Here in this particular path, we use knowledge, creativity, and actually gaining data to achieve the truth. You consume as much data as possible, you consume as much knowledge as possible, and hope that eventually this knowledge will take you to the truth. That is Jnana Yoga. There is something called Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the yoga of devotion. So when you have deities and you are devoted to your deities and you go to a temple or church or pray every day, that is the yoga of bhakti called devotion. Then there is the yoga called karma yoga. Karma yoga is the yoga of action. In this particular path, you pretty much make the very way you live, right? The very way you live life, you make that as an attempt to achieve the divine. So you are more charitable in your life. You're trying to always bring value to other human beings. You're trying to help other people out. You're always thinking of the greater good in this particular sect of yoga. And then there is the Raja Yoga. I follow Raja Yoga now. So Raja Yoga is not a clear set path. It's a mix and match of all the other yogas combined together, and you pretty much create your own little adventure of okay, this works for me, this works for me, and you combine them all together to find your own path. That is Raja Yoga. So
I
all of these together, this whole knowledge structure together, it becomes Hinduism.
Okay. So, Raja Yoga, I've heard, is considered king yoga. And that is when you kind of, like you said, take your own spiritual path and just basically do whatever you need to survive and reach your highest self. And is the concept of that, is that in order to, is there like an end goal? Because you know how Christians believe they're going to die, right? And go to heaven, and they worship Jesus while they're here and they live for a purpose. So what is like the purpose on earth for Hinduism, and what do you believe for when you die?
So purpose on earth is to maximize your experience. Not having regrets. That is your purpose on earth. As long as you don't hurt other people, right? Other people, other animals, including animals, by the way. As long as you're not hurting others, maximizing your own experience, that is the purpose of life. And
So for some people, this maximizing their experience becomes too much, and they come to a place where everything feels empty, and they are like, you know what? Now I want to know the ultimate truth. So these two are the purposes. So once you come to that point where you want to know the ultimate truth, then we have the ultimate goal, which is yoga. Yoga itself means like when your five senses try to achieve the ultimate truth, which is that you're only consciousness. Some people call consciousness as God too, which is not a very good way to put it. But ultimately, we are just one consciousness experiencing all these different lives around us. So making that your living reality, that becomes a goal for some people because they are too tired of normal life. So these are the two goals of Hinduism. One, to maximize your life. Two, once you do maximize your life, or once you find out that life is not really taking you anywhere, then you look for the ultimate goal, which is to attain ultimate consciousness.
Right. Okay. So in my personal journey, I go back and forth between the practice of yoga as a bioenergetic healing yoga teacher, because I think that the physical benefits are really powerful, and also the knowledge of just the energetic field and your personal power not being subject to your life experiences. So I take that very seriously. But then I also go back to Christianity because I was born a Christian, raised up as a Christian, and honestly, largely because in America, religion is like a lot of our foundation of like it kind of like shapes the moral compass for a lot of Americans, I think, or we're groomed to think that. So that's where I go for my community. That's where I learn not to be too self-involved and like live for a purpose and serve my fellow human and all that. And I feel like in yoga, I don't hear that message. I don't hear the message of unity and like purpose for the common good and all of that. Is that somewhere in there? Am I missing it?
I literally just told you the end goal of yoga is to understand that we are all just one consciousness. So the kind of wishy-washy idea that is given to you by religion that we should all treat everybody equally, that is actually scientifically proven in yoga. In Hinduism, it can actually scientifically show you that you are actually one. There is no need for separation to begin with. And then once you see yourself in as an instance in everybody else, then your default nature becomes like you will be more empathetic towards everybody. That becomes a default nature. This is one of the reasons why you will see, like across the world, yeah, take any culture in the world, you will see that the Hindus go there and live absolutely peacefully. There is no strife at all ever. A Hindu can go in an Islamic society, absolutely live peacefully. He can go in a Christian society, live absolutely peacefully. Because I understand, as a Hindu, we understand that what I'm dealing with is just another instance of myself. So there is no need for strife at all. Unless somebody comes at us, with violence, we are always very accommodating, so to speak, because
Yes,
we
of
understand the
course.
higher truth. So we don't need religion for
Yes.
that. We need science, and science can actually prove this to you. And the yogic sciences can take you to the ultimate truth. That is, everything is just one consciousness.
So there's studies that have shown, and I'm not arguing your religion. I'm still asking questions to kind of understand
Hinduism
and
is not a
also,
religion.
huh?
One big mistake. Hinduism is not a religion.
Okay. What is it? Well, how do you define it?
Hinduism is how the world did science before religion came to the picture.
Okay.
Religion was invented to control people. They came up with the idea of religion so that they could give people a doctrine or give them commandments and get them to behave the way you want them to behave. Hinduism is the opposite. It gives you the tools to explore life and your surroundings by yourself. It empowers you. It does not want you to be controlled.
Okay, I do believe that just from experience and from practicing yoga and everything, and I've become a lot more self-empowered. My what I feel is missing though, like I was saying, and I may have presented this poorly, but what I feel is missing is that collective movement or the collective purpose. It almost seems like it's too self-involved. Like because of my Christian background, I'm able to kind of look at that and say like, hey, I think I need to be looking more at the greater good and not just being peaceful for the sake of being peaceful or my needs and
I'll
my
give a random example, Mia.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give a random example. There is a yoga teacher called Sadhguru in India. He
Mm-hmm.
has his organization has and his bunch of followers and yoga practitioners. They have planted the most trees in the last 100 years. They go around the world talking about saving soil, because the soil quality is losing. They go around talking about making the rivers function better. They go around talking about mental health. The amount of value that just this one person and his troop of yoga practitioners they have brought to the world is incomparable. You cannot even put a number to the amount of value he has created. So yoga people actually do a lot of work, but they don't go around like thumping the chest saying, "Oh, look at this! I did this in the name of Allah, or I did this in the name of Jesus." They do it very silently. They do it quietly because they actually want to add value. They're not doing it for what do you call it? They're not doing it for fame. So yoga people actually do come together and try to enhance the world all the time, because now you understand that you're just one consciousness. Only a yogi actually genuinely understands this. But like for example, when religion tells you, oh, you should be charitable and this and that, there is an ulterior motive. Ulterior motive is to go and live with your god or like go to heaven or whatever. A yogi does charity simply for the sake of charity because he genuinely wants to enhance somebody else's life. So the true unity that you're talking about, right? Only a yogi understands. Nobody else even has a clue what the true union is.
Okay, I understand. Can you tell me a little bit more about the gods? Because there are many, right?
No, there is no God.
There's no God. So in my cohort, in my institution that I'm a part of for my yoga teacher training, we have like the god Kali that we're talking about right now, who was like the mother, and she believed in being a good person, but then she also had the story of how she was able to overcome, and you're supposed to embrace your darkness for the greater good, kind of. So that's not Hinduism at all.
No, wait. So the word God and the idea of God was introduced to Hinduism by Christian missionaries. They
Okay.
came and they studied our scripture and they used the word God and worship everywhere liberally. And they did that because their ultimate motive was to say, oh, these are all fake gods, only Jesus is true. That's why they use the word God everywhere. But if you actually read Hindu scripture, the concept of God does not show up anywhere. What you saw as Kali is the representation of time and space. She might look like a figure, like a woman and very powerful and everything, because we understand that time and space has a feminine quality to it, and the personification of time and space is Kali. So by having a relationship with Kali, you are trying to understand how time and space works, so that you can eventually make time work in your favor. Same way, all the quote unquote gods that you talk about in Hinduism, they are different representations of different principles of the universe. They are
Hmm.
not actually gods. There is no concept of God in Hinduism. Because again, the idea of God was created to control people. It doesn't actually exist. There is only one consciousness, and if you want to call that consciousness God, it does not actually fit the religious definition. So I would recommend not using the word God at all as a Hindu.
Okay, so you said they're representations of different principles of the universe. Is that how you said it?
Absolutely. Like for example, there is a quote unquote goddess called Saraswati. If you look at her pictures, she is a beautiful woman with a beautiful musical instrument in one hand. One of her other hands has like a book. Then she has other tools and stuff. So Saraswati does not actually mean like there is an actual woman like that sitting up in the sky somewhere. Saraswati represents knowledge and creativity. So knowledge and creativity are principles of the universe, right? So somebody personified knowledge and creativity, and you have the Saraswati figure right now. So by connecting with Saraswati, you become hungry for knowledge and you become creative yourself as a person.
Okay, you're very wise. So thank you. You've taught me a lot. Is there a place where I can read more? Like, what's your text that I can read all this in?
I will recommend a book to you right now. Take a screenshot because the comments are moving fast. I'm writing it out right now. This would be a good start for the Western mind to understand Hinduism.
Okay, got it. Thank you so
No
much
problem.
for your time. Have a good day. You're doing good work.
Thank you so much. And
Bye.
I hope you have a good day too.
You too.
Hindus have to do a lot of work to kind of break the misconceptions and the wrong notions that the West has about Hinduism.
Hi there.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi. So basically, I just wanted to ask. I like the idea that you're talking about when you talk about Hinduism and how it's not a religion and it's more ancient sciences. I think my kind of question is, when it comes to Hinduism, like most people, I'll talk specifically about India because I know a lot of people there
Are you a
and a lot of
Hindu?
friends there. And I'm an atheist. The reason I'm not Hindu is because I thought it was a religion until I came across your post page and you started talking about how it was ancient sciences. A lot of Indian people specifically, or Hindu people, they call themselves Hindu or they identify themselves as Hindu, believe in God or they pray, right? So what would you say is like, because I feel like that's a majority more than a minority. Is there a
Here's the
reason
difference.
for that?
Let me tell you a clear difference. Okay, the problem
Yeah.
is this language, the English language, which was purposely designed in the way that it makes everybody else look bad.
Okay.
When a Hindu prays, like you said, is he afraid of
Yeah.
his God that he's praying to?
I don't believe so, no.
When a Hindu prays, if he misses his prayer, is he beating himself about it? Oh my God, I missed my prayer. Tomorrow I have to pray more. Does he do that?
Well, I know some people who do, but I don't think a majority would know.
So that is worship. Worship comes from a place of fear. You have to worship, else your God is going to burn you forever, or some shit will happen to you. So what Hindus do is completely opposite of what the Muslim or Christian does. This is why the idea of worship and the idea of God from the Hindu perspective is absolutely ridiculous. When a Hindu, like for example, you grew up in the Hindu culture, so you must know some things. Say deity called Saraswati, yeah.
Yeah.
When you chant mantras of Saraswati, if you actually take a look at the mantras, what are they saying? Is it saying like, "Oh Saraswati, give me this, and I'll give you this in return, or send me to heaven, don't burn me"? Is that what the mantras are saying?
Interesting. That's
No, it's
no,
not.
it's
It's
not.
not saying that. It's not saying that. What the mantras are saying is, Saraswati represents knowledge and creativity, right? So the mantras are telling you the attributes of knowledge and creativity. It tells you, okay, if a knowledgeable person or the very principle of knowledge, what other properties complement that principle. So by repeating it continuously, you're basically manifesting those qualities from within yourself.
I see. Okay.
So you become Saraswati. The idea of Saraswati, which again, Saraswati does not. Nobody think. No Hindu thinks that there is a woman called Saraswati sitting up in the sky somewhere, and she's going to bless me. Nobody thinks that. If somebody
I
does,
think,
I mean, God help you.
yeah, that's the thing.
But
It's
what
more
you're
like
doing is,
because
what you're doing is
yes.
you're basically programming your subconscious by continuously repeating that, right? In Hindu system, we have a proper science for this whole thing. You repeat something so many times, it becomes your vritti, and then you keep repeating more than that. That vritti becomes your prarabdha, and then prarabdha eventually becomes your samskara. We keep talking that, right? Iske sanskar bahut achhe, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing by repeating things continuously, having a visual representation of that, and creating the environment of smells and sounds and bells and all that. You're basically programming your subconscious to become that. So you become more of that which you venerate. That is the whole system of Hinduism. There is no concept of fear anywhere. These are tools that you use to enhance yourself. Nobody is afraid of the gods. Nobody is afraid of being punished forever and all that nonsense. That is a very Western concept. We don't have that. This is why I keep imploring Hindus not to use the word God, not to use the word worship, because these ideas do not fit us.
Okay.
Anyways, I think I over explained your questions. Do you have any other questions?
Oh, no. No, that was good. I just wanted an understanding because I feel like most people that I've talked to who are Hindu would say that they do believe in God in some way, or you know. Oh yeah, something else that I wanted to ask as well. You mentioned that all life is sacred in Hinduism as well. So, would being a true Hindu mean that you would be vegetarian or vegan in a sense, or
You would
no?
aspire to be that, yes, eventually.
Okay, yeah. So,
Can you
in the
be
sense of like
perfect?
if you do
Can you not
currently,
hurt any animal at all? It's impossible. You will eventually cause hurt
yeah,
and harm anyways. The very fact that you're breathing, you're destroying bacteria. So you can't really, completely become an abstinent.
yeah,
But here's the thing though. Um, have you seen the Jains?
the what? Sorry.
The Jains. Have you heard about the Jains?
No, I haven't.
So Jainism is it's a subsect of Hinduism.
Oh, Jainism.
This
Yes,
sect,
yes, I know Jainism. Sorry,
yeah. So
sorry,
the
I didn't
Jains
understand it.
basically they wear a cheesecloth on their mouth so that when they're breathing, they don't hurt bacteria. A hardcore Jain will not even eat
Yeah.
something that is not fallen from the tree by itself. He only goes around
Yeah.
picking food that is fallen by itself, and then he cuts out the bad part and eats only the parts that is good. So that's the extreme level of Hinduism. Can everybody live like that? No, of course not. But we aspire to be causing as less harm as possible. That is the idea of ahimsa.
I see. And with that, you mentioned that there's no real punishment to these like doing that, right?
The punishment is in the sense that, again, this is why I see the religious idea does not fit Hinduism, because when you look at Hinduism through the religious lenses, right, it looks like nonsense. But look at it through the lenses of science. Modern science will tell you, smoking is bad for your health, right?
Yeah.
But people do it anyways.
True. True. Yeah.
Yeah, I know so many people, they work out more, they sweat out more to throw out the toxins, but they want that daily hit.
Yeah.
So you get to pick and choose how much you want to damage yourself, damage environment, damage consciousness. But then, it's always your choice. And the nature is a self-correcting mechanism. So whatever you decide to do, nature will self-correct it anyways, one form or the other. For example, when I got into meditation, it was actually kind of hard for me because, I saw that it's very hard to like just sit in quiet silence. Thoughts just keep getting bombarded in your head, right? Feelings and emotions, it just keeps coming to you. So as an
Yeah.
experiment, like I quit verbet. I like fine day, I decided, I'll be a vegan from now on. And the next 6 months, I was hardcore vegan. And during that period, I saw that meditation kept becoming easier and easier for me. It became very simple for me. Now I'm not a vegan. I'm
Oh,
actually
I
a
see.
vegetarian because it's very hard to maintain that lifestyle. Again, it was my decision. I decided, okay, for my lifestyle, I cannot be completely vegan, so I started incorporating milk products into my life. So, but
Right.
still,
Okay.
it's still better than when I used to be a hardcore meat eater, which actually gives me a lot
I,
of data. It tells me that when you consume meat, it's actually you're not just consuming the nutrition within the meat, you're also consuming the emotions and the data that the meat carried. Which
yeah. Yeah.
when you try to sit in silence, these things start popping out. So it's again your decision. You have to make a conscious decision. Okay, this is the lifestyle I want to live. These are the sacrifices I can make, and these are the contributions I can do for the universe.
Okay. So would you say that Hinduism like avoids extremism, or do you would you say like it can promote extremism? Because I feel like most problems with religions is the fact that it's extreme, that people take it to the extreme. And what I'm hearing is that Hinduism doesn't, and it's kind of
No,
like
in the Bhagavad
your
Gita,
choices
Krishna
in
talks
life.
about taking the middle path, not too much, not too little.
Yeah. So
Always maintain the
definitely.
balance. Not too much, not too little. Anything in extreme, I mean, it's not eventually going to serve you because now you have become a slave of that which you are doing extreme.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so extreme is not really recommended unless you are going for a goal. Like when the Jains do their practices, they are actually trying to achieve Jiva Samadhi. And not everybody is trying to achieve that. So nobody has to be extreme like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And one last question before I let you answer different questions from different people is the process of reincarnation is one concept that I've been told about is that after cycles of reincarnation, eventually you will become one with the universe, and that depends on how close you get to like meditation and just working towards your I guess consciousness, or I guess the term was, I forgot the name, but it
Brahman.
was the overarching god, I think. I mean, it's not a god.
Brahman,
Now
Brahman,
I
Brahman.
understand. Brahman, yeah.
Yeah.
So is that a correct concept, or is that
Absolutely.
something else?
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And the concept of Brahman is not like some high fun something you have to achieve. It's right here, right now. You're conscious right now, right? The problem is like your senses are giving you this human experience. When you call yourself Radhan or whatever your name is, your senses,
Yep.
your five sensory organs, whatever data it has intaken, and the continuous churning of the data it's captured in your brain, that continuous churning is giving you the experience of being Radhan. But if you go back through meditation at the seat of that experience, when you open your eyes and you say, okay, I do exist, that I, that is Brahman. And through meditation, you
Okay.
can function from a place of just I, not through the five senses.
Okay. I understand.
This is one of the reasons why we
Um,
try to kind of distance ourselves from the material world. And the more you distance yourself and the more you go into meditation, you will actually function from the point of I, which is what all the avatars and the enlightened people do. For them, they're not just the body that they experience, they're actually the I. They experience everything as one.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for answering my questions. That's all I had.
No problem, bro. Thank you for coming. I mean, you had really good questions too. And I want the Hindus, at least Indians from India, to know these things. I know our education system does not teach us anything.
Yeah, true.
All right, bro. Thank you for coming. Ram Ram. Namaste.
Namaste.
If you have questions like that, and if you are from the Indian community or whatever, feel free to come and spend 2 hours asking questions. I don't mind
How you
answering all of
doing?
that. I'm good, bro. What's up?
Good, what's up? I just wanted to inquire about your belief and see if it's like logically consistent. Would you say your belief is logically consistent?
I
Like
don't
with
believe anything.
classical. Sorry?
I don't believe anything. I like knowing things. Belief is a stupid idea. You should not believe anything.
Okay, could you provide me like a formal distinguishment between belief and knowing? Those are two different things.
A
In your
person
words.
comes and tells you that I believe that unicorns run the world, and another person comes and tells you I know that I'm going to fart in 1 hour. Who will you trust more?
Yeah, so
Who's more true?
it depends on the intentional context of language. I would say they're synthetically identical. Under like Wittgensteinian theory of language, it would be synthetically identical.
Hanafi, talk to me like I'm a 6-year-old child. Okay, if you use big words, you don't become smarter. If you cannot talk in simple language, it means you don't understand what you're talking about. So keep it simple.
I would assume you would know these terms since you discuss religion,
No, no,
but
no,
it's
no. Keep
clear
it
that you
simple.
don't.
Everybody
It's
has to
fine.
understand. 128 people watching. Everybody should understand everything you're saying.
It's fine. No
Okay,
problem. It
keep
seems
it
like you don't
simple.
understand the conversation. You're not tracking. It's fine. I'll break it down for you since you're not understanding what
Okay,
I'm
okay,
saying.
all right. The
I'm
condescending
saying
terms was
that,
not needed.
thank you. If you're offended, it's not my problem. So back to the
I'm not
conversation.
offended, bro. It's like it's very obvious. If you don't know how to explain things simply, it means you don't know what you're talking about.
I think
Everybody knows it.
I think you're projecting insecurities right now. So, anyways, back to the point.
If you're done playing the victim card, maybe you can start actually talking.
You keep projecting your insecurities while I'm trying to finish. Thank you.
Okay, bro. Thank you for coming. Such a
I'm trying to go back.
When you hear somebody using big words, right? When not actually making a point, this is they're trying. It's a cop out basically.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up?
You know, bro, I hear your comments, man, and you have a huge ego, man. Are you okay?
You don't have a huge ego?
I don't have a huge ego.
Then
No,
why did you
I
decide
do
to come
not.
to a random live,
See,
a random person you don't know, and decide to lecture him? Why did you do that? Only a person with a big ego would do that. All right, he doesn't want to speak. Thank you for coming. Going to random people and saying you have a big ego is literally a representation of your own ego, bro. This is not rocket science.
Hello,
Alpha, what's up?
I'm okay, bro. How are you?
I'm good, bro.
I have just a couple of questions. I'm a bit.
Start with
So
one.
the concept of Hinduism, I've never really properly understood it. So I was wondering if you can explain to me.
Sure, bro.
So my first question is, where does Hinduism actually derive from?
Hinduism is basically research done by ancient scientists.
Who are these ancient scientists?
Scientists, people who did research, they found a lot of truth, they found a lot of understanding of reality, and they wrote down their understanding.
But who are these scientists?
You want the names?
I mean, who are they? Are they well known? Are they within a tribe? What are they? Who are
I'm
these
talking
who
about
are these
scientists that go back 15,000 years. I don't think you will know the names. I can tell you the names.
Okay, no, that's fine. So, is there any specific books that you follow to gain your information?
Vedas, Upanishads, Vedantas, these are the primary sources, but we have a lot of contemporary books who are trying to bridge the gap of knowledge and trying to explain everything in contemporary terms. So if
So
you
I'm
want a
just
book, I can
wondering,
recommend it right now.
would you consider those people who wrote those books prophets, for example?
No, we don't care about profits. Profit is a shitty idea.
Okay. So what's the actual concept of Hinduism? What's your goal in life?
Goal in life is to maximize life, to not have regrets.
To not have regrets. So
While
do you
not,
have
one
like
second, one second.
what
But,
is
but
your
we have a
belief
tenet.
system?
But we have a tenet. Not having regrets while not hurting anybody.
So I heard what you said earlier about, for example, harming bacteria and things like that. How can you? Do you think that's a bit extreme to a certain extent? Like, harming bacteria, something with no consciousness or feeling. How is that harming
Yes.
bacteria when you're breathing?
So you did not hear the whole thing. I said that you're not supposed to. I mean, it's very hard to stay extreme. So you're supposed to follow a middle ground where nothing is too extreme, nothing is too less. A
Oh,
middle
okay.
ground where you are
All
in
right.
control.
All right.
So
So
you
what's
do
your
what
belief
is
system in
best
general?
for you.
What's your
So
belief
so
system
you
in
do
general?
what is best according to your circumstances.
Okay. All right. What's your belief system in general when it comes to worship and things like this?
Hinduism is not a belief system; it's a knowledge system. We don't believe anything.
Well, you believe in your knowledge, no?
If you know something, you don't have to believe it.
That makes no sense. How can you know something without believing in what you know?
If somebody comes and tells you, "I believe in unicorns," and somebody comes
Yes.
and tells you, "I know that horses exist," who is more true?
Yes. Okay, well, hold on a second. You're now creating a very unrealistic concept. If unicorns are real and they were to say that they believe in unicorns, they must also know about unicorns, no?
How can you know unicorns, bro? When was the last time you saw a unicorn?
I'm talking about in theory. If someone was to believe in a unicorn, they must know knowledge. They must have knowledge about unicorn.
Here the critical difference, okay? You can believe in things that don't exist, but to know something, it has to exist.
Yes. So why would you not believe in what you know?
If I know something, it means that they do exist.
Okay,
If I
fine.
believe
So
something, it could be something completely made up.
okay, so do you
Like
believe in your own
really,
existence?
I don't believe in my own election. I know that I do exist. You have to believe it. If
That
you
makes
pay
it, but
attention, Alpha,
they go hand
if
in
you pay
hand.
attention,
Yes.
the word lie
Yes.
is bang in the middle of the word believe. So whenever you believe something, you're basically lying to yourself. You don't know it's the truth, but you're like, you know what, maybe it's true. So you believe it.
But you just said that you know if something is the truth, then you know it. Then you have knowledge of it.
Yeah, and that's not belief though.
But I'm saying, how can you, if you know something, would you not automatically believe in what you know if you know that it's the truth?
Alpha, there's a big difference. I cannot break it down for you.
You can't break it
Something you believe, it can and cannot be true. But if something that you know for sure it's true.
Okay, well, if you
Like
can't
when people
break
across
it
the
down to
world,
me,
right?
then we can
When
agree to
people
disagree if you
across,
can't break it down. It's okay.
I literally just broke it down to you. What more do you
You
want?
just said that you can't break it down for me, mate.
I just said I will, and I did.
Okay,
If you don't
okay,
understand my accent, it's completely your problem,
okay,
brother. I
okay,
can
that's fine.
understand
We can
every
agree
word.
to disagree. Okay, don't get defensive. It's okay. I want to carry on to my next question.
I'm not being
If that's
defensive at
okay.
all. I'm trying to explain
Okay,
it to you,
don't worry.
bro.
Relax. Calm down.
All
I
right,
want
bro.
to move
Thank
on
you for
to.
coming.
Is that okay?
Condescending nonsense, I don't want it. Sotrohon.
Sitaram, Sitaram,
Sitaram, Sitaram.
you
Jai
invite.
Siya Ram.
How you doing, brother? Hello?
Do you have any questions for me, bro?
No, I got a question. I see you invite me to live. That's right.
I did not invite. I think you requested by mistake.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Have a nice day.
You too, bro. Thank you for coming. If we are going to spend half an hour just discussing what words are, then it's a waste of everybody's time. If you have a genuine question, come up and ask. If you want to debate, don't be sly about it. Actually announce, I'm here to debate, announce your topic, and let's talk about it. Playing word games, I'm not interested. Cheers, what's up?
Can you hear me?
I can. What's up?
Okay, great. So I have a question. It's straightforward. Just like I'm truly baffled. So I heard you make a comment about not harming anything, not harm
Yeah.
yourself, of course, not harm anything. So how do you reconcile that with Hinduism belief and on a regular basis, OBCs and Dalits and other lower castes are continually harmed? I don't understand.
Continually harmed, you said.
Yes.
Okay, can you prove it to me, the continuous harm that you're talking about?
Yeah, the practice of endogamy. You cannot get out of your lower caste. You are stuck in it. There's no way out of it in your society. You are the ones who have to clean the latrines and the streets. You are stuck in that.
Cheers.
You cannot
I
get out of
actually
it.
come from the lower caste. Do you know what I do right now?
Okay, I'm asking you. It's not about you. I'm asking the concept. How is that allowable according to the statement that you made earlier? I'm trying to understand.
It's not. First of all, the idea of caste does not exist in Hinduism. It was given to us by the colonizer. And second of all, you are not substantiating the statement you made. You're saying they're continuously degraded, right? I want to see the extents of this continuous degradation. Like, how will you prove this?
Okay,
Just a
so
statement that the West believes.
actually, it is in the Vedas, and the Dravidians practiced that before the colonizers came. When the colonizers came, what they did was they
It's in the
capitalized
Vedas.
on what
Can
was
you please
already
reference
there.
it for me?
Not right
Can you
now. I don't
reference it
have
for
that in
me?
front of me, but if you look it up for yourself, because I can tell you're very
I've
intelligent.
studied these things very thoroughly.
Please
I know
research
you're lying to
that.
me right now.
Please research that.
I
It
have
says
absolutely researched
there
this.
are scriptures in the Vedas that say that caste is not even allowed to
In
wear
the
any.
Vedas.
Yes, it's like they're not what they're
This is
not
a
allowed
pure
to do.
lie.
The
So
things that
people who
they're
are
not
watching,
allowed to
this is a
do.
colonizer lying to the colonized.
No,
Thank you.
no, absolutely not.
You're
That's
absolutely lying to me right
nope,
now.
absolutely not. This I'm
You're not even
anthropologist.
close to being the
I'm
truth.
sorry, you're being rude, and I came up very respectfully
I'm
and very
rude because you're lying
honestly.
to me.
I'm not see anytime
You lied
somebody.
to me, and
Let me
me calling
explain
out
to
your
you
lies
something.
rude.
If you can be respectful for a moment, I'll explain something to you.
You're not being
There's
respectful to me by lying to me, lying to my
I'm
face.
not lying to you. I came up, I said, I have a question. I'm baffled. I'm
Cheers. You
trying
know
to
what? Actually, put
understand.
your money where your mouth is. Go find that verse for me and come back. Okay?
I asked you a question. You are the one who's on here saying
Yeah.
Hinduism
Thank
is
you for coming. If you want to just keep lying there, then there's no point. Go find that verse and come back.
Hey, Ram, bye.
Ram Ram bro, Ram Ram. Yeah, it's not in the Vedas. You might find some vague verses in the Manusmriti, which most Hindus reject.
Yeah, I
And
was
we
gonna.
don't even know if it's actually the right translation. So,
Yeah,
Ram Ram bro.
she was lying. I was gonna come up here and tell. Yeah, if she's gonna make a false claim like that and is not prepared to back it up, don't even bother making the claim.
Absolutely. The word caste does not appear anywhere in any Hindu scripture. Forget the Vedas. Even
Yeah,
in the new ones, there is no word for caste.
false claims are a waste of time. Don't make false claims. You just wasted everyone's time with that nonsense.
Absolutely. Bando baby, what's up?
Yeah, brother, I've got a question, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, how many gods have you got?
There is no God.
So what do you believe in then?
I don't believe in anything. I like knowing things.
What do you mean you like knowing things?
I don't want to blindly take anything to be the truth, which is what belief is. I like to verify my information.
Okay, so where do you get that verified information from?
Through experience, through scripture, through actual meditation.
Okay, what does your scripture say? So what do you guys like believe in though?
I just told you we don't believe anything. Hinduism is
So
not a
you don't
belief
believe in
system; it's a
anything.
knowledge system.
How does that make sense?
Bandu baby, when I'm talking, why do you cut me off? Is that
I'm
cool?
not cutting you off.
I was literally telling something. Don't cut me off in the middle of me saying
Okay, go on,
something.
speak then.
Yeah. So Hinduism is not a belief system. It's always been a knowledge system. The moment you start believing things, then you can believe anything. That's how you. That is the perfect recipe for getting fooled. So we don't like believing things. We like knowledge, and our scriptures, whatever it mentions, you can verify it for yourself. You can go ahead and do the research and follow the same processes that they followed and verify every piece of information. There's no need for blind faith anywhere.
Okay, so what I heard, yeah, I don't know if it's true, that if you're a bad Hindu, you become like a dog or something. A dog or
No,
a
these are only
cockroach or
Muslims
something.
who
Is that true?
talk like that. It's a Muslim concept.
What do you mean?
When Muslims and Christians talk about Hinduism, they spread this nonsense. Hindus don't think this.
So what do you lot believe in then? I don't understand what you believe in.
I literally told, like, this is the sixth time me telling you that we don't believe anything. Hinduism is not a belief system.
So what is it? So it's not
It's a
religion then?
knowledge system. It's not a religion. No, religion. All religions are man-made. It's all control system designed to divide, control, and expand societies. Hinduism is the opposite. Hinduism gives you the tools to go out and explore life for yourself. It frees you.
Okay, all right, cool. All right.
Yeah. All right. I think I'll just spend the next 6 hours teaching people what is the difference between belief and knowledge, bro.
Hi, basically, I requested to rise because I needed to know a story basically about Hinduism. It's related to Shivling. Can you tell me about that?
You said story. Which story?
Of Shivling.
Okay. Shiva literally means everything that you cannot perceive with your five senses, and a linga means a form. So a form of everything that you cannot perceive with your five senses. If you actually look at, it's blissful around. He can tell you. It actually represents something from the cosmos, a little form of something from the cosmos.
But basically, the story which I heard is like completely different.
I mean, you obviously heard other stories, right? Did you talk to a Hindu?
I was summoned.
No,
Hey, bro, what's up? Can you teach him about the Shivalinga?
Yeah. So, well, well, we can talk about the Shiva Linga and it being a form or a sign, but basically, when have you seen the video tripod where they'll take sand and they'll put it on like almost like a steel drum, and then they'll put a frequency on that, and it'll move the sand. It'll make some type of geometric shape.
Yeah.
Okay, you've seen that. They've done that with sound, and it literally is the same geometric shape as the Sri Yantra. And so we cannot perceive that with our five senses, but yet we still know, if you look at the sciences, over 5,000 years ago, we knew exactly what the Sri Yantra actually looked like without using modern day technology. That is tremendously astounding. And not only that, but it shows that we can't always perceive things with our five senses. But that's why Shiva and the Shivaling is so important as far as a representation. This is actually what the Shivalingam is a representation of. It's the universal expansion. See the picture in the background?
That scientific study is called cymatics, by the way. It's actual real science.
Yeah, cymatics.
Yeah.
All right.
So that is the light shaft in the story when Shiva presented himself to Brahma and Vishnu, but it's really just a representation of the cosmic expansion. So light moving through this phases pushed onward, basically bending time and space. That's all it is.
All right.
But this is
So
actually happening in the
basically,
universe right now.
it's all
Go
right.
ahead.
Basically, there's no offense in this, but you know what? I've heard about this that Hindus basically consider a cow as their mom, like as their mother.
Wait,
Is
wait, wait.
that
One
true?
second, one second. You ran from Shivalinga to the cow. What is this?
No, I did
What do
not
you
run
think about
anywhere.
this?
Like,
Bro, we
I've
just
got,
broke.
I've
Wait,
got,
wait,
I've
wait.
got
You're not here to learn
proof.
anything. We just broke something down for you and went out of our way for you, and you're going right to cows, dude. Seriously?
Nah,
So
I've
so
got questions in it. I
tripod.
ain't got all.
What do you
Are
tripod?
you people gonna? Are you lot
Tri-
gonna let me on
You're
the
just
live
here
for
to
all
start
that?
fights.
Yeah?
no,
That's
no,
why you're
no. You
here,
can
bro. I don't
no,
know
you
that
can.
shit. Come
That's
on,
all.
man.
I kid you not. No, no.
That's crazy. I was gonna ask him what does he think about that, but anyway.
No, he doesn't care, Josh. He didn't want to hear any of that. I promise you. But that
He
wasn't
wasn't
for
paying
him.
attention.
Yeah, it wasn't for him.
He was waiting for somebody to say, "Oh, we worship dicks."
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the very way the structure of the creation of the universe, it looks, oblongated, exactly like your, thingy down there. So it's not our problem.
Ours just expanded though.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, Bindra, what's up?
Anji, thank you for picking me up. I just got one question. Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born as a Hindu. Can you explain me why did he disown it and go his own way?
He did not disown it.
Well, he
Guru Nanak Ji never
refused.
disowned it.
He refused few things to do. He disagreed with so many things. Then he went and started believing another religion or.
Sikhism is not another religion. What is the end goal of Sikhi?
Sorry?
What is the end goal of Sikhi?
What is end of?
End goal. End goal. When you
What's
practice
the
Sikhi,
purpose?
what is the purpose of Sikhi?
Way of life.
No, the end goal. End goal.
Please don't insult by laughing. Thank you.
No, we're
the
not
end.
This
insulting.
is my answer.
One second, one second.
The
I will
Sikhism.
answer it well. So, Bindraji, the end goal of Sikhi is to achieve Akal Purakh.
No, I'm
That is the
asking.
end goal.
I'm asking about Hinduism. It says here, Hinduism is the truth come to Hinduism. So
Bindraji,
why
so
did
the
Guru
end goal of
Nanak
Sikhi.
Dev Ji left Hinduism?
He did not leave Hinduism. Who told you he left Hinduism?
He went to the Ram temple. He didn't leave Hinduism.
He went to
The amount
Muslim.
of
He
time,
went to, no. He
the
went to
Guru Granth
Mackay's
Sahib,
well.
the
He
amount of
went.
time the Guru
He
Granth
went to
Sahib talks about
Mackay's
Ram,
well.
Krishna, Ma
Sorry.
Kali, if you remove all that, there is no Guru Granth Sahib.
I'm asking about Hinduism, about Guru Nanak Dev Ji. What was his purpose to not follow Hinduism, the parents he
He
was
did not
born
not
to?
follow Hinduism. See, Bindraji, I asked you a question. What is the end goal of Sikhi? You did not answer my question.
I may not know.
I'll tell you.
I'm
The end goal
asking
of
you.
Sikhi.
I'm
Wait,
asking
let
you.
me
You
tell you.
asking
Let me tell
people
you.
to come to.
No,
I'm
blissful.
sorry.
She's kind of elderly. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Okay,
Bindraji,
okay.
please unmute yourself. Bindraji, unmute yourself.
You gotta listen to the question.
She's a little elderly. It's okay. Let her come and fight with me, but I'll try to show some patience. Can you unmute yourself, Bindraji? Yeah, thank you.
Not
So,
fighting. I'm
Bindraji,
asking you a question. Even
yeah,
if I'm
yeah. So,
old, it doesn't mean. I don't know what I'm talking about. I do know. Normally, I don't really go
but
into
Bindraji, you are Sikh, right?
religious.
You are Sikh,
Right?
right? Aren't you Sikh?
I only believe in one insaniyat, humanity. This is my
You're
belief.
not Sikh. You're not Sikh.
I'm born in a Sikh home family.
So, but you just said you know everything. So, if you don't even know what the
I
end goal of
never
Sikh
said
is,
I know everything. I said you asked me the goal. I said I don't know.
so let me tell you. And
Yes,
when I
okay.
am talking, let me speak. So, the
Okay.
end goal of Sikh is to achieve Akal Purakh.
Okay.
Akal Purakh is the ultimate Brahman consciousness, and that is the literal end goal of Hinduism too. So there is no
Where
difference
does
in
that
Sikhi and
say?
Hinduism.
Where does that say?
In the Guru Granth Sahib,
No, it doesn't.
it does not say that you are trying to achieve Akal Purakh. It does not talk about Ek Omkar.
Yes, Akal Purakh. That's every religion. Every religion try to find a God or believe in something.
No, Akal Purakh is not God, Bindraji. Akal Purakh is not God. Akal Purakh is Brahman, the ultimate consciousness, which is exactly what Hinduism is.
That's your way of explaining. That's right. Okay, I agree with you as well. But my belief is,
Can you tell
religion
me
is a
what is the
belief.
difference between? Can
I
you tell me
just
the
asked you
difference
a
between
question
Ek
about
Omkar?
something. I just asked you a
No,
question
no, no.
about.
Let me counter question you now. Can you tell me the difference between Ek Omkar and Omkar?
I think so.
Okay, tell me the difference between them.
Ek Omkar means God is one. I think Om means the same. I'm not sure.
No, break down the word. Ek Omkar means
Please,
the
one
one
thing,
sound of Om.
I may be old, but please do not laugh, and that's a disrespect.
But you
Please,
also laughed just
please
now.
listen. Please
I'm
listen.
telling you what I
You
believe,
also laughed
what
just
I
now.
know, and you start laughing. I'm sorry.
But you also laughed just now, Bindraji. You also laughed just now. Are you disrespecting me by doing that?
No, it's no. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just having a discussion.
You're not
I
having
just
a
asked
discussion,
you.
Bindraji. You are here to try to say that okay, Guru Nanak ji left
No,
Hinduism
no, no.
and
I
I
just want
follow
to know
only
why did
Insaniyat.
he left? Why did he left? That's all.
He did not leave. I am just literally proving it to you that
Please,
he did
Ma.
not leave.
You have to listen. Please, please listen.
I'm proving to
Why
you
did
that he
he
did not
started
leave.
Sikhism? Why did he refuse to wear what you call that made of uh,
So,
um,
Bindraji, one second. Do you understand Hinduism? Do you know what Hinduism is?
not really,
If you don't even know what Hinduism is, how can you say he left Hinduism?
because he started Sikhism.
Sikhism is a dharma.
Is a Hindu dharma?
Hinduism is the ultimate dharma, Sanatana Dharma.
That's what you believe. That's what
Please
I'm
be
saying.
respectful. Please be respectful. Please be
That is
respectful.
what
You just said that you don't know what
that
Hinduism
is
is. Now you are saying that's what I believe.
that's what I believe. Any
Uh,
religion
Auntie ji,
is
make up your
to
mind. Do
people
you
of
know or do you not
God.
know? You keep
by
saying you don't know, then you keep saying that I don't know.
You said you asking join come to Hinduism. Okay, I'm
Yes.
willing to
So,
Bhagwan.
come. But if you answer my questions,
sure.
right? If you ask if you answer my few questions, I may. I go to Mandir. Yeah, I know basic things what they do. Yes, I have a lot of
Bhagwan.
um.
Can I please with Benjarji?
Gee.
Okay, so can we agree on this? What does Sikhi and Hinduism have these three things in common? Reincarnation, guru, the importance of guru, moksha, and dharma. Those four things. Do we have those things in common?
I
It's
don't
yes
even
or no.
understand. I don't even understand few things what you said. Dharma, yes, that means your faith.
Yes, and then
Nation,
reincarnation, right?
yeah.
Okay, and then the importance of guru, right? And moksha, liberation, right?
Mm. Muksar, okay.
So did he really leave? Yes, and where do those come from? Hinduism. So did he really leave Hinduism?
That is in every religion. If you study any religion, is similar.
No, it's not.
No, no,
No,
ma. No, ma. No,
No,
ma.
it's not. Have you studied Islam, Bindraji?
uh, look, you laughing again. I used to work in a school. There used to be a lesson
No, but
every
Bindraji, did you
Friday.
study Islam?
I've heard, but I haven't. If you say I studied, and I've heard what it is, and this and that. There are few
So,
things I
can you
agree
show
with them.
me?
There are few things I don't. There are few
No, no,
things
no.
I don't
One second.
agree in
Bindraji, just
even
answer the
Sikhism.
question asked. Just answer the question asked. Can you show me reincarnation in Islam?
Why you asking questions which I don't really want to answer or go into it? I'm
No,
talking about.
Auntie ji,
I'm just
आपको
talking.
you
I'm
don't know
just
anything about
asking you a
anything,
question.
but you
On
are here saying like I am wrong and Guru Nanak ji left Hinduism and all that.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I just ask you why. That is all. I want
But you
to
said right. But you said Guru Nanak ji left Hinduism, right?
because far as I know, or far as I've heard, far as even though I'm reading what you wrote, come to Hinduism, yeah? So you asking community or people, come to Hinduism, yes?
Absolutely,
Same
yes.
thing, Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born in this family, in this religion, but he went his own way to create another religion like a Sikhism, far as I know.
Okay,
Because
can you tell
nobody,
me
you know
how is
something, nobody's
Sikhism?
seen a God and nobody knows. All we're talking about what we heard and what we read.
So
Yeah?
you have not read anything, because how is Sikhism different from Hinduism? It's the same thing.
Then why you people don't wear turban and Amrit Shakana and everything?
I do
I
wear a
come from a
turban.
Khatri family. I come from a Khatri family, and a lot of
Khatri is a
my
Hindu.
yeah,
Khatri is a Hindu family.
I
and
wear a
so
turban.
so one second,
You go to
So
Mandir. You
Guru Nanak ji was also a Khatri. Guru Nanak ji
yes,
was also from a Khatri family.
yes. That is why I'm saying
So
why
half of
we
my family are
believe.
Sikhs. So I know Sikhi. Half of my family are Sikhs.
I'm sure
Half
you
of them stayed
do.
Hindu.
I'm sure you do. I'm not saying you don't. I'm asking
Yes.
you a question. That is all.
Okay, Brindaraj, thank you so much for coming. You're not here. To actually have a question. So
Thank you.
I answered all your questions. Yeah. Thank you
Thank
for
you
coming.
very much.
Yeah. I think it's one of those Khalsa people who got triggered by saying like come to Hinduism. How dare this Hindu say come to Hinduism?
Not every Sikh wears a turban too, by the way.
Of course, I have my cousins who they have nice haircuts. They party every night.
Get lit.
Yeah, absolutely crazy people.
Is this the god of alcohol? Is this Bacchus?
Islamic also. I think she's cool. I've seen her in other lives.
Oh, okay.
Oh, alcohol?
No, the person I'm trying to add who's not adding, she's I think an ex-Muslim.
Oh, okay. I can't see the rest of her name. Oh, no, I see it.
Islamic Alcohol Appreciation Club. Feel free to come back anytime.
That was funny.
Her name is Alcohol Appreciation Club.
Hey, hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, what's up? I got a lot of questions because I was scrolling and I just found this. So,
Start
you
with
guys
one, bro.
said that
Start with one.
you guys don't believe. You guys don't believe, right? You guys are like,
Bro,
well,
your
first,
internet
I don't
is
want to
so bad.
disrespect, right? So, what
I don't think
is?
you can even ask one question. Your internet is really bad. Okay.
Oh, can you hear me?
Then just come back when your internet is better, bro.
You
You
have
had a
it
lot
has
of questions.
it has red bars next to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Hey.
Chestnut, what's up, man?
Hello.
Go ahead, bro.
Chestnut,
Do you have
yeah,
any questions for
I'm
us?
here. Thank you for adding me here. Yeah.
Yeah, he has
Okay.
internet problems too.
Okay. My question here is, yeah, you have a lot of religion here, and none of them has seen God, right? And
Yeah.
yet they claim that you have to do good things in order for you to have heaven, right?
And virgins and flowing rivers of milk and honey and all that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Hindu, yeah, but what do you? I mean, none of us have seen God, right? And none of us has gone through that, So the
It's
only
almost
person
like
who,
this God character does not even exist.
yeah, exactly, But the thing is that what happens? What happens after we die?
Why do you care? Who cares?
Who cares? Yeah.
Why do you care about what happens after you die? Maybe it's just eternal darkness. You have this life,
I mean, do
maximize
we?
that. Okay.
Celebrate life, bro.
All right.
You're alive, man. This is incredible what's going on. There's a floating ball of fire out there in the sky. There's wood growing out of the ground. The land is flowering. There's so many things happening, man. It's beautiful and incredible what's happening. Don't trade what's
All right.
happening now
Okay.
for something that you don't know anything about. It's manipulation, bro.
Okay. What happens? What happens when we die?
What's happening right now?
Is the
Good
truth?
question, V-Bye. Good question. Hey, Chestnut, let's look at it
Yeah.
like this. Do you have any idea what's going to happen to you after you get off this live with us?
Nah, I seriously am not sure about that. Yeah.
Exactly. So, like V-By just said, just focus on the present moment, bro.
All right. Okay. Okay. Another thing
By the way,
is.
Chestnut,
Another thing
this
is.
is also
Yeah.
this is also in line with Hinduism. Hindu scriptures does not tell you to dwell on the past or the future. It tells you to focus on the now. It tells you to maximize your now experience. Take all the
Okay.
tools that is given to you by Hinduism to maximize that experience and make sure that you
Okay.
don't have any regrets. The only condition is you should not be hurting others. Other than that, everything goes.
So the
So
only condition
thinking
is
about what
that.
is coming next and all, it's not a Hindu thing, bro. We don't worry about the afterlife.
Okay. All right. So
Chestnut, read The
what do you
Power of
think? What
Now.
do you think? What do you
Chestnut,
think that?
Chestnut, real
Yeah.
quick, man.
Yeah.
Read the book. Read the
Yeah.
book, The Power of Now. It's a very good book. It was number one seller in the New York Times for a very long time. It's a very good book. I highly suggest it. The Power of Now.
Okay. So okay. Another thing is. Uh, I think you know what, my battery is going to go out now. I'll see you guys on the next thing. Yeah.
All right,
Namaste.
bro. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And the people who are
Thank
giving
you.
the
Thank you.
gifts and
All right.
all the
Namaskar,
likes and
Nityananda.
shares, thank
Yeah.
you so much. This
Yeah.
really
Thank you
helps.
very
Thank you
much.
so much. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
Sure. I'll see you guys again. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Abjo.
I was not thanking him. I was thanking the people who are doing this thing. All right. That obsession with what is coming after that is just crazy, man. Like, dude, we don't know.
Oh,
Let's just leave it at that.
Manipulation. That's it. They fear the unknown and they fear death. That's the problem. That's
what
how they
does
manipulate people.
like what is Hinduism like? Can you explain to me like what is Hinduism?
Hinduism is using your brain to find answers. That is Hinduism.
Yeah, but do you have a god or who do you actually like worship?
We don't worship anything. The idea of worship is absolutely stupid. Nothing deserves your worship. And there is no God.
So how are you Hindu if there is no god and there is no worship? But how does that make you Hindu?
Can you repeat back what I told you what Hinduism is?
No, I don't understand. The whole point of this live is you wrote Hinduism is the truth. Come to Hinduism.
You asked me what is Hinduism and I answered that question to you. Repeat it back
So
for me. I
who's
need to
the
know if
guy
you're
in
paying
the
attention.
blue? Who's the
Okay,
mythical creature
if
in
you
the
cannot
blue?
repeat it back for me, thank you for coming. Like, I don't know why. Are people okay? Like, can they have a two-way dialogue? It's just like the questions just keep coming. I'm answering the question. It does not register their brains, but the next question is ready already. What? What is this level of IQ?
They have a
This is one of the
pre-made.
reasons why your children are going to be Hindu. This will ensure that your children will become Hindu.
Yeah, they
I
have
can
a pre.
promise you.
They have like a pre-made list of questions, and even if you tell them one thing that disregards all of their next questions, they're still going to ask them anyway. It's like they're not listening to anything you're saying.
Like, do they have like a notepad in front of them? Okay, questions written down.
They have to. They
That
have
not
to.
listen to any answer.
Yeah, because they're not listening. Obviously.
That is crazy, man. Only if their children are cousin product. Yeah, that is a requirement. If you're marrying your sisters, then yeah, your children cannot be Hindu.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Ismail?
Hello. I have a question.
Sure.
Uh, in Hinduism, is it any afterlife or you get how it is in Hinduism after you die? What happens with you?
It's not about in Hinduism. What happens to everybody after death is what happens to Hindus too. We're not special or anything. And everybody reincarnates. It is the truth.
What does reincarnation mean?
Reincarnation means that all the actions that you have performed in this life, it will throw out data into the universe, and the universe will recalculate the whole thing and give you new circumstances in your new life.
So
That is
we
reincarnation.
will be reborn again, yeah?
Absolutely. This happens infinitely. We all keep getting reborn.
Yeah, some people say that cows are dead souls of other people. So is that true?
Who says this? I've never seen a Hindu say this. Only Muslims and Christians say these things about Hinduism.
No, I just heard about that.
I would recommend you to, like, next time somebody says this, like, give them a nice smack, because this misconception about Hinduism should stop. No Hindu is talking like this.
They also said you have 300 million gods.
There is no God, bro. Zero God.
Oh. But who is that blue guy? Sorry
The
if
blue guy is
I'm...
my ancestor. Roughly 15,000 years ago, he gave us yoga. He's my ancestor.
Okay. So, I have a question too. Why don't you kill cows?
Who said this? There are plenty of Hindus who unalive cows.
Please don't say the K word. Say unalive, please.
Don't use K.
Yeah, so I saw like a lot of cows walking on Indian streets. So,
Sure. So, what's wrong with that?
well, aren't they supposed to be in a farm or something?
Who decides this?
I don't know. I just didn't
Just because
see
your culture
anywhere
decided
else.
to put cows only in the farm does not mean that other cultures should do the same. Different cultures will have different rules. So in Indian culture, cows are okay. They can roam around the streets. Like dogs roam on the streets. Like monkeys roam around the streets. They're just animals.
Oh, okay. That's all. Bye.
Or, yeah. Yeah, you want to say something, VY? Just
It's okay. I was just gonna ask, like, why? No, it's okay. It was a vegan thing. We're not gonna go there.
no, I don't think that person was here to talk about veganism.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up,
Bro?
Kuts? Did you wake up?
What?
What's up? What's up? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I just want to ask you a question. I don't know much about Hinduism, but is the cow holy for you people or not?
No, we don't have anything holy. If there is no God, then what is holy?
I don't know. You tell me.
Nothing. Nothing is holy. Everything is equally important. All life is valuable. And the idea of holy does not exist because there is no God.
So if I eat beef right now, you wouldn't get upset, or like?
Bro, I can promise you, Kuts, I can promise you that you will not be able to afford the amount of beef I've eaten.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. You cannot afford it. Every day eating a sirloin steak for dinner, you cannot afford it, bro. You don't have that much money.
I actually eat meat every day, so I guess I can
I'm
afford
telling you
it.
the amount of meat and beef that I've eaten, you cannot afford it. You don't have that much money.
I'm not sure, brother. I'm not sure.
How rich are you? How much money do you have in your bank? Do you know how
Why
much a
is that
sirloin
like?
steak costs? You know how much it costs, a sirloin steak, in a decent
How
restaurant?
much is how much does it cost? Tell me.
You don't even
Like
know.
150.
You don't even know.
It's expensive, bro. It's expensive.
There's a reason you don't know this, bro. There's a reason you don't know this. You cannot afford it.
Wait,
All right, bro. Thank you for coming.
what did you say? Can you read?
Eating it every day is actually kind of heavy on your wallet. Hey, whoa, what's up?
Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? What's a guy called just beside me, like what do you call the
Hey, this is
what
our
do you
evolve,
call
right?
it?
You're the Hindu evolve, right?
Yeah.
Why?
I just
It's been a
forgotten
while.
about.
Where are you?
Yeah, I just forgot him. Oh, Josh Pie, and the of course the sorry.
Yeah,
Please
it's
keep
York.
going.
You have he has Alan
It's
Watts in
like
one
we
of his
completely
videos.
forgot each other. What is happening? It took me a second
What
to
has been
register
happening
it's you.
was we had just been intact. It's all good. I'm just back on here, and I'm just gonna say, to be very honest, I'm just the Western civilization is had taken a
Sabbatical.
The moments, and I don't think they're doing they're performing something good about the whole civilization or like the whole thing. But anyway, Josh Pai or Verma Pai, let me just sit down here. Let me just relax
No,
and
no,
everything.
it
You
will
know,
get crowded here. Just come back if you have anything to say, bro. Okay.
please don't put me down. But I'm just gonna sit down here. I'm just gonna
No, no,
relax,
bro. I
and
cannot
I'm
have the
just gonna
thing
listen.
crowded. I generally
Yeah.
have only one guest. We already have.
Sorry, bye.
You're so ruthless, rude.
We gotta maintain the space.
Evolve by. I'll talk to you outside. Yeah. Don't worry. Hey, tripod. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
All good, bro.
So without, I got a question like about just, you can be vague if you want. I mean, you don't have to mention any names, but, I'm sure it's probably, you probably have different political views, but, I mean, would you say that Hinduism aligns with any specific, type of politics?
That's a very good question. I don't think anybody has done politics the way Hindus are supposed to. No.
Well, if you understand what Hinduism is and you realize that everyone is equal, then I would think you would be leaning in the West towards liberalism because liberalism more cares about the people and doesn't care about like who you sleep with or any of that stuff, as opposed to like the conservative people, and they actually care like who you sleep with and all that stuff, and they're like in your life, controlling your life.
No, but Vibhai, again, the Hinduism comes back to the middle path. Like liberalism can take everything too far on that side,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
radical
Very
right
true.
wingism can take it too much too extreme to that side, right? So
Yeah.
maintaining that balance where you have some kind of authority which kind of does dictate things, but you still have freedom to express yourself the way you want to within the limits. That's the
Um,
Hinduism, and
Hinduism
it's been.
is about uniquism. It doesn't believe people are equal because we're not equal, but we are unique. And so that's our strength. Our strength is in our uniqueness, not in our alikeness. A likeness just comes from a man being alone and being afraid of their own loneliness. But when you're unique, you can actually play on what you're actually good at, what your advantages are, not what your disadvantages are.
Well, thank you very much. It sounds a little, well, I mean, I think, just my own opinion, I think paradox is
No,
a
see,
real.
tripod. The problem here is right. For a long time, we have not had a nation with Hinduism as its core. Even India, it's not a Hindu country. It follows
Oh,
the
okay.
Western democratic system. So
Oh,
we
that's,
hope that
yeah.
one day India becomes a Hindu country and we can show the world what it looks like.
Oh, okay. So that's, yeah. So I've kind of been under that impression. So, but I think there's like there's paradox is a reality. So you were saying like the guest was saying like everybody's unique, but everybody's the same too. You
We
know,
have a like in qualities, but let me give you an analogy, right? How tall are you?
um, let me see, right up to here.
I'm 5'7". Okay, so how tall are
Yeah,
you?
I'm actually about 5'7".
Okay, check this out. Let's say me and you were watching a ball game and we got two other people, one's 5'10" and then one's let's say 6'3". Okay. Now there's a fence, and this fence, so we could watch this ball game, is like, let's say it's 5'11", okay? And we all have a stool. Do you think the 5'10" and the 6 foot guy or 6'3" guy need the same size stool as we do?
No, no, you're right. Yeah,
So that's the thing.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Yes. So we
Really
can
brought
treat
that meme to
people as
life.
equals, but what that does is it's actually a waste of resources because not everybody needs the same playing field. Some people are at a better playing field. Some people are at a little bit of a more declined playing field. It depends on the scenario. But what we can bet on is our uniqueness.
All right, fair enough. Well, thank you very much for your time.
No problem, bro. Thank you for coming. So in ancient Hindu culture, right, we did not have this concept of, hungry for power kind of a thing. Yes, people wanted wealth and everything, but we understood how society is like codependent on each other, and extra wealth and extra donations were always stored in the temple. So when the temple saw somebody suffering, or somebody has less wealth, or somebody needs some money, or some help or whatever, the temple would come in and like solve the problem. It never had to go through the authority or to the king. So,
Yeah.
every country, every region had its own local authority, which was the temple. The temple was run completely through charity and donations. Nobody was authority there in that sense. They would come together, solve local problems, come to decisions, make sure that people are not staying hungry, everybody's well fed, and all that. I
Yeah.
don't think the West is ready for this kind of system, but we
Yeah.
can
No,
get there if we.
Yeah,
If we
I don't
try
think
to.
so either.
I agree with what you said, host, about being too extreme on the left, but there are definitely issues that align with Hinduism that you can't be a Republican. It's just not possible.
Well, I'm more right leaning, but I can
But
see
but
where
but
Vince is
but
coming from.
Josh, they want to ban gay marriage. They want to ban abortion.
No,
They
100%. Those things I'm not for. I'm socially liberal, but when it comes
right
to economics, yes, yeah, I agree. I
right
agree.
right socially liberal. Right, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Yes, we should be more socially liberal. 100.
A guest, you want to speak now? There's a lot of noise from your side, bro. Hola. And can we not discuss US politics, please? It's very boring for me. You guys don't even have a real choice. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, hey man. You're Hindu?
Alhamdulillah Krishna, we are Hindus. Alhamdulillah Krishna.
What do you think about Islam?
I think Muslims are very insecure. That's why they go around to other lives and try to make it about Islam.
It's interesting, man.
This happens when you follow a fake man-made religion. This is how you should
It's
do
not a
it.
fake religion. Not a fake religion, bro. It's the truth. Islam is the truth, man.
All religions are fake. All religions are fake. Hinduism is not a religion.
What?
All religions are fake, man-made, politically expansionist systems. They were created to control people, and they were created to take over civilizations.
Okay.
There's nothing true. And Hinduism is not a religion.
What?
He barely, like, you just come back when you can talk, bro. I'm like waiting half an hour just for you to reply.
Hello.
Hello. Namaste.
Namaste. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm very good. I was actually just scrolling past and I came across this live and I was surprised by the amount of negative arguments that are going on in the actual chat. It's just quite nasty. I mean, I think everyone's.
You haven't even seen the tip of the amount of nastiness we get.
Oh, really? Okay. No, because I just only, like I said, scrolled across and I've seen it. And I just think that, in this world, firstly, we are all human beings, as we all know. And as you say, as I heard you just say that religion is fake, I believe that the word religion is fake. When we say Hinduism or we say Islam or Christianity, it's a way of life, it's a Dharma that we follow. It's something that is the same as upbringing in some ways. So it's a different way of living, a different way of life, which every religion, in speech marks, I'm saying, teaches us to be humane and to love and care. What I don't understand is when people are saying, I love God, or I love Allah, or, I love Shiv, and then the next moment they're saying things very derogatory to each other about mums and mothers, and about the religion, and about things that they don't really know what goes on in the religion. So this is very, very strange. I'm finding it quite hard to digest, actually.
So Jyotiji, tomorrow if you decide to start a live, right, saying I'm just say I'm a Hindu,
Yes.
you will get the same nastiness that I'm getting right now. This is being a Hindu on TikTok. You can't avoid it. But it's okay. We have been dealing for it for a while now, so it doesn't even surprise us. If somebody has a genuine question, we are here to answer that.
Absolutely. I mean, I just want to send a message out to all these people, writing there. I hope they can hear me. And just to say that, please stop writing such derogatory remarks, because you are just showing your own personality and your upbringing. You are actually devaluing your own religion and your belief by writing these kind of things. So please stop and learn to be kind.
Thank you so much. That's a beautiful lesson that you are trying to teach.
I am a Hindu myself.
The name is a giveaway, Jyotiji.
Well, not necessarily. Some people I have friends who have converted from Hinduism to Christianity, and they still keep their birth names.
Most Christians who come up, right, they like, I can tell by the tone that you people are using. Some people are genuinely here to have a conversation, and some people are like, most Christians, what I see is that they start a conversation nice, but offhandedly they keep having these remarks like, you're worshipping demons and this and that.
Yeah,
So,
it is
I
like a
can
really
tell.
passive,
I
passive
think
aggressive.
everyone does. I mean, I do believe that there are Hindus out there also, that it's not just about religion, like it's nothing to do with religion, but there are individuals out there who say they follow the Hindu religion or the Hindu way of life, but they can also be just as nasty towards, I've experienced and seen it myself, where there is segregation, from different religions. And whether you're a Hindu or Muslim or Christian or any other religion, there is racism everywhere. Wherever it stems from is a different thing. But some people it's due to ignorance, just pure ignorance, without understanding and caring. I had a friend who actually turned around and said to me once, that I would never work in a country with any Arabic writing on their money. And I said, why? Oh, because it's Islamic State. And this person wasn't even following any religion. They were born in a Hindu home, but they had decided to not follow any religion. So sometimes I think it is pure ignorance as well. And I've also had friends who are Muslim and Christian who will not eat prasad because they say that because you said it's been offered to your God, you will not eat it. So I say just eat it like a sweet then. You don't have to take it as a prasad. But there are all sorts of comments coming from different types of people all over the world.
So again, Jyotiji, like I said, we have history here. We have been doing this for a long time. Trust me, I notice everything that you're talking about. So yeah, the message is well and received. So let me move on to people who might have questions. Yeah.
Sure.
But thank you so much for
very
coming.
much. Thank you very
It
much.
brought
Have a
some
good
calm
day.
and peace to the life for you
Yes,
that you
you
came
too.
up.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.
I don't know why they trip it because prasad's good. And
No, bro. I have I used to have Muslim friends. I would go with them to wherever, the dargah and the church and whatnot. But the moment we come to the temple, they would leave they'll just stand near where you leave your slippers, yeah, or
Yep.
your shoes. They'll never come
And I
inside.
just wanted to say this before the new guest talks. We're all full of chit.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Doc Harry, what's up?
Yes, how's it going, guys?
It's all good. How are you?
Oh, good. So yeah, I was just lingering here just to get to know more of your perspective of why you believe Hinduism isn't a religion. Because I do have a friend who claims to be Hindu, and she introduced me to Vishnu and the other gods that she claims Hinduism
Gods.
worships. So what's your take on that, on who Vishnu is and the other deities like Brahma and Shiva?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought these three. So basically, this is the Trinity of Hinduism. The idea of Trinity actually comes from Hinduism, by the way. It was taken from by other religions. It's not the origins are from Hinduism. But here's the difference, though. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva represents beginnings, the middle, and the end. Everything having a beginning, right? Everything in the world, right? It has a beginning. It starts. That starting, the principle of starting is Brahma. And Vishnu represents everything that you perceive with your five senses, which is reality itself. And Shiva represents everything that you cannot perceive with your five senses. And the personification of these three principles is Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Nobody
Okay.
thinks that these are actual gods sitting up in the sky somewhere who will bless you if you pray to them. I mean, some Hindus have that misconception, but that's not at all how the scriptures talk about them. The scriptures talk about these as literal principles of the universe.
So which scriptures do you identify or do you get this knowledge from? Because
Straight from the Vedas and the Upanishads.
Because there's in some other scriptures it speaks of Vishnu coming in millennium to establish order if there's any form of bad karma, right? You believe in karma.
So again, the problem here is the English language. Yeah, we know for a fact that most of our scripture was translated by Christian missionaries, and they purposely did a shoddy job so that they could get more Christians. Basically, we have letters written by one of the biggest translators. His name is Max Muller. In his letters back home, he would say that I am actually translating Hindu scriptures now, and by the end of me translating them and people getting English education, we will get more souls for Christianity. So they purposely messed up the whole thing.
So
The
this
translation is
verse
the
that
problem.
says, those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors, those who worship the gods go to the gods, and those who worship me come to me. Would you say that's a bad translation, or does it reflect
Absolutely
the
bad
belief of
translation.
Hinduism?
You know why? Absolutely bad translation. But there is a reason why it's bad. I'll tell
Okay,
you.
tell me.
The concept of God and the concept of worship. Okay, these two concepts you will not find in any Hindu scripture. It doesn't exist.
What do you mean? So how is this verse badly translated? From what language is it translated from?
Sanskrit. And talked about worshipping, right? The idea of worship does not exist in Hinduism. We don't worship anything.
So how do you believe in moksha? How do you achieve that?
Moksha is your self-realization. When you understand that you're not just the senses that is experiencing life around you, when you finally understand that something beyond senses exists, which is pure consciousness, when you understand that is moksha.
Pure
And
consciousness.
the only way, through all these different practices and meditations and rituals, we are actually trying to achieve that final understanding of moksha, that we are not just the body.
But then isn't that a religious belief though? Because that doesn't seem like something that can be proven, that you can scientifically achieve moksha.
How do you say science? Like, do you think only the Western science is valuable?
No, any science can be tested anywhere in the world. So it doesn't matter if it's Western or
Yeah, and
Central
in
Eastern.
Hinduism, the Hindu structure has actually produced enlightened people left, right, and center. It's like a churning factory. Like science, yeah, everybody who actually takes up any Hindu practice has a guru who is guiding him. He eventually gets enlightened anyways. So exactly like how predictable any science is, the science of self-realization is actually very predictable too. So we have the numbers, we have the proofs, and anybody can get enlightened. Nobody says that, okay, somebody got enlightened and he's special. No, the claim is that anybody can get enlightened. So how is it a religion?
Because, I mean, the whole cycle of moksha, doesn't it also say that that's how you escape some samsara, something like that? the
Samsara
concept
is
of
everything
having
that
to be
you.
reborn.
Samsara is your experience of the five senses. And once you start perceiving something beyond the five senses, then you realize that what I'm perceiving with the five senses only belongs to the five senses. Reality is way more than that. So once you get a bigger picture, yes, you escape samsara. Absolutely.
So this concept of being reborn, are you saying this is a sensory uh, concept? Is not something that is objectively observed or proven outside of the Hinduism scriptures?
Outside scriptures have not even attempted to do anything like that. They don't even understand this. If you look at modern science, right? Modern science is always stuck at the hard problem of consciousness. They don't know what consciousness is. And Hindus have always known what consciousness is. We have this word called Brahman. Brahman describes consciousness.
Which is what?
That is the ultimate reality. The first manifestation of consciousness is energy, which modern science can prove. And energy eventually keeps transforming itself, and that transformation is what creates reality the way we experience it. At the end of it, it's just consciousness, which is Brahman. And
So
through
yeah.
meditation, you can perceive this consciousness as your living reality. And at that point, you have pretty much escaped samsara because now you're not limited to your five senses.
Okay, this is hard to get my head around. I'm not gonna lie.
So really quick, man, what we're doing is
Levi, can you take over? I'll take a call and come back.
okay. Yeah. So
Okay.
what we're doing is we're describing you how the apple tastes. We're basically being philosophical about how the apple tastes, but now you have to go actually take a bite into the apple and taste it yourself through meditation. Otherwise, it's going to be really philosophical and wordy for you. That's why it's not making sense. You're going to have endless questions. So unless you're ready to go take a bite of the apple, it's just going to be talking about the apple, and you're never going to know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
but
and in another way of looking at it too, what Vibai is saying is that the only experience you know is based on your five senses. But once you know it, there's a space in you that goes beyond five senses, then it'll be apparent to you that wait, there is more to life. There is more to living this this binary or dualistic existence. But you'll never get to that realization until you actually go deep within yourself. That's why meditation is the it's so primordial in Hinduism and Eastern philosophy.
Yeah, I think meditation has been used in many religions. Maybe, yeah, it dates back to Hinduism. But I know in Christianity there is a form of meditation where you actually meditate in the scriptures, but in a form of prayer. So you sit in a room and you actually depict yourself talking to God. So it gives you inner peace and all
Understand, Doc, that although I agree, but I also have to kind of disagree. See, understand when we meditate, we're not trying to communicate to anything. That's not what the purpose is. We're trying to understand ourselves. We're trying to do a deep dive within ourselves. People talk about shadow. This is the ultimate shadow work. I don't like to even call it shadow work. I call it light work, because you'll start realizing that we've collected a lot of things, like you, for example, me, Vibai, Eternal Dharma. We all have a background, conditionings where we grew up with other people in a specific country, in a specific town, with a specific language, with certain ideas. And all those conditionings have gotten us further from who we are as our own individual self, Jiva. So when we start removing all those conditionings and we start actually wondering, who am I? When that self-realization happens, that is enlightenment.
Okay. So what happens when you don't reach that enlightenment? Let's say you've been trying, but you don't reach that level of moksha. What happens?
You get a second chance, you do it over again and again and again and again until you realize.
No, but the thing is, like, you should not look at it as a pessimistic thing. The again and again is like you're continuously course correcting yourself to have the experience you want. So from the Hindu perspective, this is a privilege that you get to enjoy all these things. all these different
Yeah.
experiences.
It's a gift. It's a gift to. It's like, what kind of phone do you have?
Phone,
Yeah, what kind of phone you have?
Samsung.
You have a Samsung. Well, imagine 10 years ago they said, you know what, we're just going to stop here. You wouldn't even be enjoying the phone that you have right now. And there would have never been a new developing Samsung phone 10 years after. You would have still had an outdated phone. So what Rebirth does, it allows you to update yourself. That's all it's doing.
So this concept of rebirth, it's basically like how you mentioned the energy, right? In science, energy can't be created or destroyed; it's conserved. So you believe that also about the soul, that your soul is immortal, right? That from your
See,
previous life you
one
get
second, one
reborn
second.
into
We have to make
a
a
new
very
body.
clear distinction. The idea of soul is the Western version of not understanding what is beyond the five senses. In the Hindu system, we don't just call it a soul and like call it a day. We understand that there are 7 layers of the body. The first layer is the gross layer, which we can feel, perceive, and all that. The second layer is the mental, then there is the subtle layer, then there is the karmic layer, which is actually very crucial when you talk about reincarnation. And there are like 7 such layers like that. So the gross layer, it actually gets destroyed once its time is passed away, and then the rest of the layers, it actually moves on and gets a new body. That's how the whole thing works. And in the karmic layer, you are continuously storing all the data that of all the actions you have performed, all the intentions that you have put out, all the thoughts and emotions and all of those things. It's in that karmic layer, and the karmic layer is directly interacting with the universe. The universe is dynamically giving you the experiences depending on what you put out into the karmic layer.
So this concept of soul, you're basically saying there isn't such a thing in Hinduism.
No, like I said,
Right.
just okay. If you want to take the gross layer out and call the rest of the layers as soul, you can do that. I
Yeah,
mean,
because
there's
that's
nothing
one
wrong with
thing
that.
that's one thing that
But
doesn't
it's,
get
it's
destroyed when you die, right? It's something that gets carried over. That's what you're saying.
no, technically you can destroy everything you want. That's the whole point of meditation. Just slowly and steadily, you are destroying all the layers and coming to a place of complete emptiness. So through that, it does not get destroyed. That is true. Your question is absolutely correct. The truth that does not get destroyed, but through meditation, through actively willing to clear them, you can destroy them. Actually, you don't destroy them, you clear them so that it becomes like an empty space which does not affect you. Like I said, the universe is continuously taking data from you, right? And the data is stored. And the more you remove those data, you come to a clean slate. And if you achieve absolute clean slate, then the five senses have no power over you. Then you come back to your true nature, which is pure consciousness.
Okay, so if I get this correct, your idea of meditation is basically synonymous to repentance and
Wait, where
in
did
Christianity,
repentance come
basically.
from? Repent for
Huh?
what? No, we don't care about repentance. No.
Because you said it wipes away all of these layers that you.
Wiping away data is not repentance, brother. Repentance is like, you are constantly in a state where you feel guilty and then you're trying to do something to alleviate that guilt. This is the opposite. Have you talked about, like, I mean, have you seen people talk about meditation? They're always talking about like coming to a place of thoughtlessness. Guilt
Okay.
is thought. Repenting about guilt is again another thought. So
Yeah,
how do you
because
come to thoughtlessness through that?
And not
So
only that, but Doc, when you have guilt, you're living in the past. Meditation should bring you to the present.
I get that, but he
repentance is
says
like
something
looking
about
forward
it
to,
takes away
heaven and all
data.
that nonsense.
He says it takes away data, so that includes evil karma, right? The actions you've done in the past.
No, bro. The keyword that you're using this is one of the reasons why I don't like the English translation. See, karma is just karma. There's nothing evil, good, or bad about it. Like right now, the more you understand life around you, the better you will function in the world. That doesn't make your actions good or bad. In fact, the concept of good and bad is a very Western concept. In Hinduism, we don't boil down everything to just black and white, good and bad nonsense. We only understand karma, which is cause and effect. Every action that you put out, it will eventually have a repercussion. It does
So
not
you
have to be
don't.
good and bad.
So you don't believe that there's such thing as good and evil, basically.
It does not exist. No, what is good for you could be absolutely bad for somebody else, and what is good for them could be bad for you.
So how do you get this
Blanket making
guidance?
everything good and bad, that's one of the reasons why like there were so many atrocities in the last 2000 years. The last 2000 years, when the Christians went around carrying out their crusades, they thought they were doing the absolute best for humanity. But the pagans and the witches and the scientists of that time who suffered, from their perspective, look at that, it is absolutely bad, right? So the moment you term something as good, then it becomes your moral responsibility to go and eliminate that which you consider bad. This is how you create strife in the world and division and whatnot. When you understand that everything is a result of cause and effect, then you actually try to give everything more chance to rectify itself and come back to the fold. Hinduism is not good and bad. Hinduism is just karma.
Okay, so I have two questions regarding that. So, based on the understanding I've had previously, it says that the life that you're gonna live in the next life depends on the actions you live today. That's karma, right? But then it says on the good ones, if you do good more than bad, then your next life will be smoother, basically without hardship. But then if you do a lot of bad karma, which is bad actions, then your life will be full of hardship. Do you not subscribe to that belief?
No.
No, it's not. No, like I said, this is a mistranslation. In Hinduism, we don't have this idea of good and bad karma. Karma is just karma. So today, if you decide to say today you make a notion that I will eat clean, I will work out every day. If you keep up with that, in the next 6 months, you'll have muscles, you'll have a better functioning body, and you will have a clearer mind. Yes or no?
Yeah, that's true. Based on experience.
Okay, from your perspective, you might think it's good, but what you just got is literally the fruit of your actions. So it's the same thing, it carries forward. So if you keep doing that in this life, in the next life, you will by default have notions of staying healthy and eating clean and all that, because it has become a pattern in your system.
Yes, it's a pattern. It's about patterns and consistency. So certain problems that you didn't have resolved in your previous birth, you'll see that same mirrored in this birth.
So, but how do you stand for justice, though? Then, how do you then would you claim that when somebody does the K word? I heard you said I shouldn't say the K word. The K word somebody else's. Do you then not take a stance and say that's wrong or right?
We do. We have laws for that.
No, I'm saying in Hinduism, specifically in the belief that you.
No, it's about laws.
Like, for example, what does a Hindu follow? Like, which country are you from? Are you Hindu?
I'm Christian.
Okay, which country are you from?
South Africa.
South Africa. Okay, and you said you have Hindu friends, right?
Yeah.
So a Hindu does something bad, the K word, for example. Doesn't the law take care of it?
Yeah, but the law was derived from Christian beliefs that murder is wrong.
Not at all.
It's part of the Ten
Law has nothing
Commandments.
to do with Christianity.
But that's where we base our laws from, based on
That's not
whichever
true at all.
religion is centered in that country. Like in Islamic countries, they have their own laws, which they base
Yes.
basically on their
But
religion.
South Africa is not a Christian country, bro. Secular democracies have nothing to do with Christianity. The Christians
Well,
were
the
going around
colonizers were
analyzing
Christians.
scientists for asking
The
questions.
Christians were doing that for thousands and thousands of years. I'm an ex-Christian.
Colonizers introduced Christianity. That's how South Africa became about a nation of being a
Yeah.
Christian nation.
Yeah,
So-
a whole boat of
that.
pilgrims came and unalived a lot of your people, and now you're the result of that.
Yeah, true. But we still recognize
That's
the
even
good
worse.
that the religion
That's even
teaches.
worse than taking all the lives of the people they did. You know why?
Why?
Because you colonize their
Because
minds.
yes, they colonized your minds. They're gone, but you're still here under their mental slavery.
I disagree with that because
You can disagree. It's
I
okay.
believe knowledge is power, so you can still decide what you want after you actually learn your history. So I've decided, not because I was oppressed, but because I've decided that what Christianity teaches is actually overall good for society. But my inclination, basically, my lack of understanding, is then if you claim you don't have good and evil in Hinduism, then how can you ever say that any action is evil or bad or good or bad? If it could unalive people, then you can't say it's bad, right?
Can I ask you a
Of course it's
question?
bad. No, one second, Blissful. So in Hinduism, we have one tenet, which comes from the understanding of consciousness, is that everybody is one consciousness. And from this tenet, we have this practical implication that you're supposed to treat everybody, including animals, all life as one big family. And from this perspective, why would you go and unalive your family member? You will not do that at all. In fact, this is one of the reasons why Hindus have been very peaceful across time and space compared to the atrocities committed by Christians and Muslims, because their books were telling them to go and preach their religion. Compared to that, Hindus have been absolutely peaceful. We can go and fit any society across the world, absolutely peacefully, no problems at all. But in India, the Christians always want their laws represented in the constitution. Muslims always want the Sharia law, and this always creates strife. They were never able to live peacefully. But Hindus, like I said, a Hindu living in US absolutely fit into the system, no problems at all. A Hindu living in an Islamic society absolutely fit into the system, no problem at all. But
So is
the
there
other
punishment
ideas
for
do not
somebody?
allow that.
So let's say you live in a Hinduism society. Will there be no punishment for somebody who unalive somebody else?
Absolutely. Punishment always comes through consensus. A bunch of people come together and say, you know what, for our society, these would be the set of rules. That's
Yes.
exactly how society has always functioned. What
But
Christians
Doc,
did is literally that. What
you're
Muslims are
look,
doing is literally that.
you're
Sorry, bro.
looking at this completely wrong. Like, if there wasn't apartheid in South Africa, would there have been a Nelson Mandela?
Technically, no.
No. So when we talk about good and evil, it is a relative thing, and it is a subjective thing. But
That's a
but
problem.
that terrible point in your history, in your country, it flowered a person who was able to change things. So you have to look at things like it is going to serve an overall good. That nothing today will stay as it is today. It will change tomorrow.
I have a
But then
question
my
for Doc.
issue is, yeah,
I
my
have a
issue
question real
is,
quick, Doc. Doc, can I ask you a
okay,
question real quick, if you don't mind,
sure,
brother?
sure.
So are you under the impression that people did not know the difference between good and evil until Christianity came around?
No, we treat each other like what you treat others like they want you to be treated, right? That's the whole common knowledge. But then every culture had its own rules, and if you deviate from those rules, whether it's justified or unjustified, they would still persecute you in whatever way it was ruled by whoever was in charge. Whether that's good or bad, that's arguable, right? But that's a problem I have, because another brother here, Eternal Dharma, says there's no such thing as good and evil in Hinduism. That's kind of the same concept as atheism. So how do you then take a
Well, but
stance for something that...
I'm right. I'm just trying to understand, though. You're trying to bridge a gap with Christianity. So what did Christianity bring to the Golden Rule that wasn't already understood by the Golden Rule? Like, you know what I mean? Which is treat everybody as if they were yourself. So that's already understood before Christianity. So you've established that. So what did Christianity bring that was, yeah?
Just a little disclaimer, Doc Harry, Blissful and Viba, both of them are ex-Christians. So they understand Christianity very well.
We're
Oh,
both,
okay.
two of us are ex-Christians, yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So you have this knowledge in Christianity, right, where you are told certain actions are good and bad, and it encourages people to do good. Otherwise, they'll go to hell. So there is some form of punishment for every action that you do. But then, if you believe there's no such thing as evil or good, then how can you even come with punishments if there's any form of bad that happens?
Okay. So what you're saying is that the only reason why people started to behave is because Christianity threatened them with eternal burning. That's what you just said.
Some actions, not all, but there are some actions that we believed before Christianity were normal, like women. Women rights wasn't a central thing, but then Christianity brought on certain values that we share now that we didn't share back in the days. Like how people are equal, but back then patriarchy was
Wait,
central.
when did Christianity do that? Because my great grandparents were slaves. So what are you talking about?
We're talking about equality, right? It teaches equality, that you should love your
Did they
neighbor.
treat the black slaves in America with equality under Christianity? In America? In all
Remember,
over
we
the
judge
world?
a religion based on what's written in it, not really what people practice.
No, you know what they actually did, Doc? They actually enforced that Christianity gave them the right and the justification to put them in slavery.
Okay,
and
no,
they
I think
use
they
the word
said it was
against them.
against slavery, so I don't understand how that could be a way to
The Bible doesn't
profit
say a slave shall obey their masters. The Bible don't say that.
only if they're treated fairly. Yes.
No, it doesn't say that. That little clause right that you just said wasn't in there. It says slaves shall obey their masters, and there's no other way to misinterpret or to alternatively interpret that.
There are rules for the
It's
masters as well on how they should treat their slaves. So there's actual rules. But I'm not here to
should he
defend
be
slavery.
my slave?
I'm basically
Are
trying
you
to
defending
understand your
slavery?
moral.
You're not defending
I'm trying to
slavery, are you?
understand. I'm trying to understand your moral judgment. If you can ever say then there's no such thing as good or bad, how can you claim you can stand for justice then?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but
you object.
Christianity talks
You
about.
believe?
One second, Blissful. So Christianity, the Christian perspective, you actually understand good and bad, right? But you are still going around owning people. So Christians have the least, what do you call it?
Moral
You know,
compass.
like moral compass to actually judge anybody in this scenario.
Yeah, but I'm asking about you to defend your stance on justice then. If you don't have such thing as good and evil, you can't say anything else is evil.
I can defend that. I can explain it to you real quick if you want. All right. 99% of people in this world, 99% of beings, not just people, beings, they desire comfort and a place of non-suffering. Every being can agree with that. And so because of those basic facts that we all can agree on, that most of us move towards a place of non-suffering and towards a place of comfort, we have built our laws based on that. It's basically built on experience. There's no need for a divine creator. We don't have to create some being to tell us to do this. This is from experience, trial and error.
So it's based on not suffering. That's where you base your morality and justice from.
That's where our laws are
It's
based
not about
on.
morality.
Not morality, just yeah.
So how do you resolve a conflict?
Can
where
you,
somebody-
one second, Dr. Can you
Yeah.
prove to me that there is something called objective morality?
How can
Yes,
I
please,
prove? For
please
me
do
to
that.
prove that, I have to prove in the existence of an ultimate God.
Well, here's the thing. He couldn't even he couldn't even save his angels in heaven. So how was he supposed to save anybody else?
Well, I mean, you're asking me.
No, you cannot
Isn't
do that
heaven the
because
most perfect place in existence?
no, but Blissful, he actually made an absolutely good point, which basically tells you that objective morality does not exist.
Yes, he
It
did.
doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Absence of evidence doesn't mean evidence of absence, right?
So
you
can
can't claim.
can we agree that unaliving people is not moral?
For humans to do, yes, it's not moral.
Oh, for humans to do, but God doesn't have to abide by that, right?
Because he's the moral judgment, he knows why he's doing it and for what
But you said
purpose.
that there's objective morality. So
yeah,
that means that
objective depends
that
on who creates it, who creates the law. So
no, objective means in totality. So that means that there is no exceptions to it.
yeah, but remember, if he gives you life, he can take it. So
No,
But
that's
there's
not
no
what that
proof.
means. You just made
You're
that up.
just- yeah.
what do you mean? It's written in the scriptures that he takes.
No,
he gives it
Josh,
life.
what he's going to do, Josh, he's just going to continuously say, the reason why my Bible is true, because my Bible says it's true. He's just going to
Yep.
continuously circular reason his way into this, and then we're going to be lost here forever. There's no point in that.
Okay,
Yep.
no, I get that, but my point wasn't even supposed to bring Christianity. For me,
Hey,
my whole
Doc,
point was to
can we
understand your-
objectively
understand your-
agree that water is wet?
What do you mean? What do you
Can
mean?
we objectively agree with that?
I think we can agree that water is wet, but clearly, then you guys don't have any moral campus. Then
No. Let's not skip this rock yet. So we can objectively agree with that. Is there ever a time water is not wet?
Is ice wet?
That's not water. It's a form of water, but that's not water I'm talking about. Water as a liquid. You knew what I meant. Like an ocean, a river, a current, that kind of water.
Yeah,
And even ice can be wet, but that's not the point. Is water not wet?
we can say it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's objectively because that's part of its principle, right? But when you say, well, but outside of it, then you've lost. And the same thing with your theory about objective morality. It doesn't fit.
Okay. But then how do you define the creator of the universe? You have a concept, Dharma, that created everything that there is. Don't you classify that as your God?
Nope. Because Brahman just means existence.
Existence has always
Reality.
existed. There is no creator being.
Yeah. What when you say a creator, you're talking about a person, because only human beings create things, and all we've done as human beings is just project our own human attributes to a god and called him this the father. It's a psychological trauma that we have.
Yeah, but you see, you're contradicting what I've read about Hinduism because you're completely saying something completely different. So that's why
How? What did I say that was different?
One second. We already established that what you read about Hinduism is a bad translation. It was created by Christian missionaries.
So where can I get the right translation? Maybe if you can refer me to the right text.
If you
maybe I
cannot,
can just start reading.
ideally there is no right translation, but I would recommend some modern gurus. I'm writing down the name of a book. You can start your journey here. Swami Vivekananda. This is a great resource to begin understanding what Hinduism is.
Raja Yoga Swami. Okay, I'll check it out. So are you saying now every other Hindu that follows the religious concept of a god is misled in some way?
No, see, even when a Hindu uses the word God, right, his understanding of God is different from yours. Like, for example, are you a God-fearing person?
Yeah.
A Hindu doesn't even understand the concept of fearing a God. What does it even mean? See, right there, we are talking about two different things when we talk about the word God.
You're not realizing it, but every time you ask another question, you're still coming with your presuppositions about Hinduism. You're just not realizing it, and we tried to correct you a couple of times.
No, I get you. I'm not making this up. I'm just telling you what I've read. So if there is another text,
we don't care. But we don't care about what you read. If you want to know about Hinduism, you're asking us. We're Hindus. You can ask us a question. I don't care about what other people said.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine.
It still comes from the framework of Christianity. Like, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm saying if you can back it up with text, I can more than be happy to read it. So far I got Raja Yoga Swami Vivekananda, so I'll check that out.
Yep. Yeah, check that out.
That's all for me. Thanks, guys.
No problem. That was good. He was cool.
Yeah, in this conversation, I thought like we were kind of pushing it.
Yeah,
but
a bit.
Like both of you are ex-Christians, so you get to do that. It's all good.
I think he did learn something though. I feel like he was perceiving it a little bit.
Like, I would have kept this conversation strictly to Hinduism, only talk about the Hindu ideas. But then, yeah, anyways. Hey, Hike, what's up?
I'm sorry. I got a little short with him at the end, a little bit terse, just because I don't want to keep doing circular reasoning. That wasn't really going to go anywhere. That's why I was being a little short at the end. Not to be rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually mistook him for being an atheist or something in the beginning. But then the moment he said he's Christian, then I realized why he was doing the things he was doing. Okay, this guy doesn't want to come up. I'll bring up the other guy. Okay, suddenly. This happens to me all the time. Like, suddenly all the people requesting just disappear. I have no logical explanation to this.
They got body slammed.
All of them together? That is crazy.
Yeah. Zum sandwich.
One gigantic hella slap.
So, okay, when nobody's requesting, let me just bring light to the plight of the Bangladeshi Hindus. That shit is still happening. Vibhai and Blissful. So since yesterday, a rare, strange phenomenon has been happening. All the women who are graved and unalived and thrown into the rivers, they have been popping up here and there. Their bodies have been, coming out to light. So, yeah, it's absolutely horrible. But the good news is at least the parents know what happened to their children who went missing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you're right.
Hopefully the Western media will pick up on some of this and start, talking about it and being more mainstream. I'll do my best to spread as much as I can.
absolutely, brother. Sure. And this idiot keeps talking a lot in the comment section. And when I brought him up, he doesn't want to talk. I muted that guy, by the way. Probably that's why he was desperate. So yeah, the Bangladeshi Hindu situation is absolutely crazy, and some of it has boiled over to India. So the grapevine tells us that the whole destabilization of Bangladesh, actually the main intent was to take down the Indian government, to destabilize everything around the Indian continent, and then slowly it boils over to India, and eventually you take down India. This is one of the reasons why so far so many strikes and agitations and political unrest things happened in India. And Modi did not bite, he always maintained his composure. But this idiot, this Sheikh Hasina, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, she started unaliving the students who were protesting. So that pretty much gave them free game, like go out, do whatever you feel like. How dare you touch a student, right? So yeah, that's how they were able to achieve this. And behind the whole machinations, it's the Jamaat-e Islami. There's an organization called Jamaat-e Islami, which basically means a congregation of Islam or Muslims or something like that. So this organization is responsible for having, masterminded the whole thing. It's funny how eventually you can always use Islam as a tool. Sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Yep. No, I was just gonna say it's just awful what's going on. Save Bangladeshi Hindus.
Please make posts on Facebook. Keep awareness about it. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you can. Just reshare my videos or Eternal's videos or Blissful's videos.
Yeah, I'll try to repost whenever I see them for sure.
Absolutely. And the funny thing is, every time there is an atrocity or a massacre or a genocide planned by the cube worshippers against the Hindus, they run a simultaneous campaign to pretty much make them look like the good guys. Suddenly you will start seeing pictures everywhere, Muslims coming and forming human chains to save the Hindus and the Hindu temples and everything. It's always photo op. We have seen this time and again in India. We have seen its time, and even now we can see a lot of pictures floating around. But the whole thing is completely planned, just propaganda. So they are really very smart in these things.
Someone said even Bollywood actors make fun of their own god. Well, Bollywood.
So everybody, I would require more support. This dude did it for mass reporting the whole thing. So careful. Or do I just restart?
It's up, yeah, if you want to, yeah.
I wonder what the black Muslims think about when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let me just restart. Give me 2 minutes. I'll just come back. Dharma.
Dharma.